Sex has to include eye contact. For her, it's not a must. But for me, it has to include eye contact and kissing. Definitely.
We are not going to have this conversation.
We are not going to have again. It's okay. I live
Yes.
here, and that's okay that you live there.
No, but I think actually I agree with the kissing part.
So
I
how
feel
is like kissing you without eye contact?
your eyes are closed. Why aren't your eyes closed?
Wait, so the
We are
whole
having
time
sex?
this man has not looked into your eyes at all.
At
what's
which point?
happening?
No, okay. Hi guys, Murugi Muni here.
It's Lydia KM.
And we're back again with another episode of
The Messy In Between. It's definitely TMI. Hi, sexy.
Hey baby.
How are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm doing good, thank you.
Nimekumiss.
When it is,
Yeah.
since Thursday.
It's been like 4 days.
It's 4 whole days.
Do you even love me?
We were supposed to go somewhere together. Maybe that's why.
Oh,
Because we were
yeah,
anticipating
perhaps.
that. And then
I had to tap through all your stories because I'm like, Lydia is there with other women forming
Happy.
friendships.
yeah,
Forming friendships.
happy.
It'd be the ones closest to you
Disgusting.
who will actually let you
Betrayal.
down, honestly.
Yeah. How are you doing, princess?
Yeah, I'm okay, babe.
Me too. I'm feeling really good this
Yeah,
morning.
I mean, even me actually
Yeah.
today. Actually, today I'm feeling really good because I was fighting with my man most of the weekend.
Oh dear.
And then
but
we
now you
made up last night, and now I'm just like, wow. You know, when you're in love, you have a fight, and it's like everything sucks. The
I
world
can't
is
believe
falling
that's
apart.
still
and
the way you.
yeah,
really?
it's still just because I love him so much, and it's like if I'm not talking to him every second, it's like, what is there
No,
to
yeah,
live
especially
for?
if you're not talking.
Yeah,
No,
I know. Then I made up. I'm just like, wow, the world is so beautiful. All these colors are so bright.
No
you know?
wonder. Let me tell you guys.
Yeah.
So I was like 5 minutes late. If she was still arguing with her
Yeah.
man.
Oh, no. I would have. No, I was just like, Lydia. I'm sure she's on her
I was
way.
just like, what is this relaxation? What is this like
Chill.
ease?
I'm so excited. I'm just like, even having to me a message to say, I'm like,
Baby.
no, baby.
We thank God.
We thank God.
Are you still fighting with your man? We're sorry.
No,
We're
but
so
anyway,
sorry.
this is something that I talk about in therapy. She's like, you need to reach a place where you're not, your entire world and mood cannot be determined by the fact that you had a tiff
I
with
told
your
you,
man.
even like, I think 6 months into a relationship, once I settle in like the security of like, we are together, you're good, this is my man, it's fine. We argue, it's like I go on with life. And people are like, I don't sleep.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, me, I'm definitely still at the we
No,
don't
it-
sleep. But also,
really?
it depends on what it is you're fighting about. If it's like a serious thing,
Was it a serious
it
thing?
was very serious.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
yeah.
Oh dear, why are you laughing about
I
that?
don't know because now we're okay. So now it's
Yeah.
like fine. But then it just felt like, oh my god, this is like serious. I'll tell you
Oh,
about it after.
okay. I'm sorry,
guys. I'm not
sweetheart.
gonna tell you. But I'll
All
tell
right.
you. Mhm.
But yeah, I'm so sorry if you're fighting with your man, but remember that you're beautiful and God loves you.
Your man may not love you, but God does.
We love you too, baby.
We also as we love you.
We love you too. And if you're single, let me tell you this, yeah. Just the silence of your mind. Like you're not thinking, there's no one. There's no
No one
excitement.
potentially-
There's no
there's
up and down. It's just, you know, there's a lot. Like, it's just like so much ease in your brain.
Really?
You're not thinking about it. You're not thinking about anybody.
But it's like, okay, fine, you don't have the, let's say, the downsides, but also you don't have the excitement.
No, but you don't
of,
have
like,
anything. Right? And then if obviously now, like, see, I'm dating, I'm out here. So
Yeah.
it's like you do get like the bit of like excitement or like whatever in every so often if you do meet someone who you like, you know, so it's just enough.
I
and
don't
especially right
remember
now,
what
the
that
way,
feels like at
right?
all. Yeah.
Freedom in your brain.
Without like,
But I was talking about
crazy.
my single experience because there's a lot of healing that it takes to just be here,
oh yeah, you're
living
right.
large.
Yeah.
Because then there's the other side of single, which is just like life is horrible. Why don't I have this with someone? Or, you know, the
Yeah.
loneliness that can come with it. That is also like a part which is shitty. But for now, me, I just feel like,
That's good. I was watching a TikTok video and this lady was like, she's single, but she was like, she really wishes she could be rid of the thought of every single time she's going anywhere. She thinks, what if I'm gonna meet my partner here? Anytime she's going to the supermarket, she's just like, okay, oh dear, what if I run into, you know, my forever guy? Anytime she's going to like the club or to a restaurant, she can't just be like, oh, I'm just going out. It's just like anytime it's always like, what if this is
The
the time that I
life.
meet him? Yeah.
no.
What if this is when I meet the guy for me?
I don't know if it's because I'm a hoe, but that's not what I think.
If you have to ask, it probably is. It probably
Me, that's
is
not what I think. I feel
Yeah.
like, who's a cutie I could meet? It's more like who's a cutie who I could meet more
Oh, yeah?
than like is this the love of my life? I'm more like more like in my single season is like meeting people is what I'm thinking about more than meeting the love of my life.
And I feel like that's the way to think about it, because
Yeah.
she was like, sometimes she'll go to a restaurant and like she can't even like rest without she's looked around and been like, okay, is there any super handsome person? Is it like, then once she's like established, okay, he's probably not here, then she can rest and just like eat and just enjoy herself or whatever. And I was like, that seems horrible.
I know,
Yeah.
but do you know what I really want to say is like, I do see how it could get there. I do see how it could be like you've been looking for the person who you want to settle down with for so long, and the frustration has built up so much that now everything feels like I'm auditioning for like
the
this
thing,
person.
yeah.
You know, like, I really do empathize. I can see how it would get there.
Yeah.
Right now, there's like moments, let's say it's like after I've done everything in my Friday night or whatever the case may be, it's like, you know, that 1 hour before you go to bed, that one you're just like, oh, this would be nice to do with someone. Then you sleep, right? But only because I'm so overwhelmingly busy now that all my free time is like, could I be resting now?
Yeah, it's
Could I be asleep right now?
I get it.
You know, but then now let's think like you really are craving someone. You're not that busy. Your life is not as full as it is with me and my friends and all my 1 million families.
Yeah.
You know, it's like what would happen? I can
That's the
see how that
thing,
would
yeah.
happen.
Just goes to show like you could be at the same place as somebody else in life, and like you're experiencing
Everything
it
is so
completely different.
different.
Like the way you're
Very different.
experiencing singlehood is very different from other people,
Yeah.
which is why I think even some of our audience will just be like, but Lydia, don't you miss having a man or whatever? And you're like, no, I'm perfectly fine. I'm
I've been
happy.
single for
because-
1 year
yeah,
only.
Literally. So for you, if this is your
Yeah.
experience and for someone else, even
Yeah.
when you're married, I guess, there could be someone who's super happily married, someone else who's just like super unhappily married.
Marriage is
Or we're both
horrible.
married.
Marriage is a scam.
That's it.
As-
Others are
as
marriage
one would
works.
say.
Jesus, marriage works.
Marriage works. Marriage is a scam.
Which
Same.
one? You choose.
Same bottle. It's true.
Look now,
But
we've been
really-
talking for 15 minutes in your episode. Has not even started.
but my point is to say is like we do empathize, and you know what?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there's something I want to do to like to just bring a community, like you're single or whatever, and you want to share your experiences, like because I think more people are struggling in singlehood than not, and someone should do something about it. And I think I'm
so.
selecting myself.
Yeah. Actually,
I'm selecting
there's
myself.
definitely opportunity to build a community around that. And I feel like if more single women realize that there are many of us and we are okay and we are living life, a lot less people would get into bad relationships just because
Just
this is the
to
guy
avoid
who
it.
is available,
Yeah.
you know.
Create a rich life, guys. A rich life. So even when that man comes, he's not just like, oh, you are really just here,
Yeah,
wondering,
waiting
He's
for me.
coming and it's just like we're trying to squeeze you. Like, where do we squeeze you in this rich life? You know, because the
Do I
more
have room for you?
Yeah, the more you love your life as you are, the more that person is coming as a cute addition,
Yeah.
as opposed to filling
He's
the
now
void.
everything,
You know,
absolutely, yeah.
But anyway, Karibu to another episode of the messy in between where we talk.
We just talk.
A lot.
I just
A
talk.
lot, guys. We talk a lot. But you know what? We love that you guys give us that space because you know it's like we like to create just as authentically as possible.
Yeah.
We don't usually rehearse we don't rehearse at all what we're going to
Yeah.
say. I hardly ever know Murugi's points
And I
or
would know
mine
hers,
at
yeah.
all, so that we can have like, you know, this authentic experience. So
Yeah.
thanks for bearing with us. As you're here, if you're new, Karibu Sana. Here we do nothing but love. If we disagree with each other in the comments, we are going to be respectful and mindful. We're not going to be insulting each other. And also we subscribe because we know if you want to be part of a community, you want to be an active member, not a silent member of the community. So please make sure you're subscribed, whether it's on YouTube, whether it's on any of the podcast platform where you're listening to. We would really appreciate to see a tangible, active participation of
Yeah.
who you are. You know, we see a number and at least we know those are all the people who have subscribed and said, I am actively being an in-betweener.
Absolutely. Thank you guys. Thank you for being here. And today we're talking about one of the things we love to talk about most. Actually, the thing we love to talk about most on the podcast. Actually, wait, is sex the thing you like to talk about most on the podcast?
Def.
I feel like relationships is what I love to talk about most.
So I feel like sex because of the value we give, because not enough people talk about it. So
Absolutely.
that
Yeah,
it's top that way.
Yeah.
But I think the things that we that's most enjoyable would be relationships. But
Yeah, me
sex
too.
feels like this is a really important
It's an
thing we do.
important thing, exactly. Especially just because of you guys' feedback. Yeah. So
Yeah.
once again, we are here to talk about sex. And today we were thinking about what specific things are a must for us, for someone to be able to say, I've had great sex. Not the sex was good, the sex was fine, the sex, you know, it's like, oh yeah, it's always a nice time, it's always fun. It's like for us, these things have to be there. The must-haves
For
of
them
great,
to
for
say
great sex. Yeah.
great.
And I feel
Sex.
like when I was doing research about this online, it clearly differed because what people
For
say,
many people.
for many people, it could differ. And obviously, we're going to be listening out for what you guys consider to be fundamentals of great sex down in the comments. But these are just some of ours.
Yeah.
I guess that we would say. And also, I've also included just some of other people's, that I've come across to just
Yeah.
see, like, is this something that you would consider to be great sex
Yeah.
worthy? Like, is this a necessity for great sex?
Like, as in, if this
Necessity,
isn't
yes.
there, the sex was good.
Yeah.
But it can't be great.
It can be great
without
these
these things,
particular
these
things.
particular things.
Yeah.
Okay, go on. You can start.
I start.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. For me, one of the things that is an essential for great sex is a partner you actually like.
Whew, ain't that the truth?
Like someone who you actually like.
But you know that's not necessary for most people.
I know. For me, I feel like it is.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And I feel like until you have had sex with someone who not only do you like them / love them, bonus if you love them, but someone who actually likes you, who actually loves you. I feel like there's a complete difference between a man who just wants you for your body and a man who is like obsessed with you, who adores you as a person. There's a kind of like Murugi worship, I expect.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
There's a worship where it's
Oh,
just like,
absolutely.
I can tell that you feel lucky to be here. You are savoring every moment. You can't believe you're getting to touch me right now.
Yeah.
And that great sex is not great sex unless that is there. If it's just
I
a guy
get
who
you.
could be having sex with literally anyone, it just so happens that you're the girl who's there.
Yeah.
The sex can't be great.
Even if you're having multiple partners who you're fucking,
Yeah.
the minute you enter
Yeah.
Mukami's door,
Yeah.
heaven on earth. It's heaven on earth.
That's it.
For
Yeah.
sure. I think so. There's
Yeah.
something it adds, and there's a freedom it adds to how you feel about the sexual experience and even how you are in the sexual experience. That is definitely different.
I
When's the
agree.
last time I had sex with someone who
Loves you.
loves me?
Or who you love.
Yeah, I know that. But like for a guy, the last time I had sex with somebody who I felt like wasn't obsessed with me.
Or wasn't obsessed with you.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a hot minute.
It's been a minute.
It's been a hot minute.
But then again,
yeah.
it's also been a hot minute since you had sex, period.
No, not that hot of a minute.
Oh.
This is hot.
Minute.
Like,
yeah.
like years.
Yeah.
Years.
Can I also say something? I feel like sometimes when you think of great sex, there's like the sex, the experience itself of like penis in vagina, the sex, the experience of like we are kissing, we are having whatever,
Yeah.
all these
Or the
oral sex or whatever.
experience.
Yeah. But for me, a great sexual experience is great before the sex, is great during the sex, and is great after. If you're having sex with someone, which during, it's like orgasm after orgasm, it's whatever, it's hot, it's
Then
steamy. But afterwards, you're feeling dirty, you're feeling like, just like uncomfortable,
Yeah, I
you're
don't think
feeling
that will
whatever.
count.
That one doesn't count for me as great sex. It
Yeah.
needs to be great end to end.
Yeah.
Before, during, and after. That's
Yeah.
what I consider great sex.
And there's still a lot of people who are in that bit of the D is good, but he's toxic. There's still a big part of people
Yeah.
who are still there. And that is not what I would personally consider
Great
as
sex.
great sex
Yeah.
experience at all. If it's someone who I'm not feeling like, that into completely out. And today's episode is sponsored by our favorite partner,
of course.
Beducated. And Beducated, as we've told you many times, they are the Netflix of sex. And their entire job is to make sure that as many people as possible are getting the information from experts to be able to have pleasure
Yeah.
in their lives. And this is going to be from dating to actual physical sex to how you feel about your body. They have tons of courses and they're always adding courses every single week. We've been telling you about them for so long, but today we are coming with something bigger. The biggest discount
Ever that you will ever get of Beducated.
ever. And this
Yeah.
is part of Black November, 60% off your annual subscription.
Yeah, I've said this November, don't just get yourself things. Don't just buy yourself toys
Not
and
everyday
like gadgets and
earrings.
what. Buy yourself a lifetime of good sex. Actually, that's what you're buying yourself if you pay for
lifetime
Beducated.
of good
A
sex.
lifetime of good sex. You
Yeah.
deserve it. You and your partner deserve it, or
Yeah.
your future partners. So click the link in the description below, and you'll get your 60% off. You also get a day to just go and browse and be able to see like what are the courses like. Will it actually add value to my life? Is
Yeah.
it something that I need? Is it something that I want? And I can guarantee you that it is, because you'll see as we are speaking about some of the our fundamentals of great sex, or like the arts, the must-haves for great sex, a lot of them are covered in Beducated courses.
Yeah.
And we'll keep speaking about them. But guys, do yourself a favor this Black November. Just pay for Beducated. You can actually just pay for like a whole year because your discount is locked for life.
For life.
So even when you pay for next year, it'll still be 60% off. And the
Yes.
year after that, it'll still be 60% off.
And the
you
people who
deserve it.
missed the people who missed it will be there paying whatever they're paying. But you, because you're smart,
Because you're smart.
you'll be having 50% off.
You are
And
thinking,
if you do try it for 14 days, if you feel like this is not for you, you get your money back. But I know you will.
Exactly, yeah.
We know
our,
you
our
will.
code is, have we said our code?
TMI podcast.
TMI podcast. Use code TMI podcast so you can get the 60% off.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So this is my next one. For me, like I guess it's kind of the same thing, but there has to be sexual chemistry. I've had sex with someone who is like I just met you, right? But the sex was like, so it's like, I know you want me, right? But it's like, we don't have enough time for me to be like, I know you're so obsessed with me, you love me so much. But what there has to be is sexual chemistry. And I know that sexual chemistry. And for me, it has to be number one, you're attractive to me. You're attractive to me. Let me tell you guys, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't look up and see Lord Danbury. I can't.
But what if Lord Danbury has a good heart? He has a good heart.
Good for him. I
And
think
a
that's
good...
that's wonderful. You have to be attractive. I'm sorry.
Okay,
I can't-
but...
oh my God.
okay.
So Tuanzia Wapi, by the way. Who's taking
No,
off the clothes?
But
Me.
this is one of those
Who?
things. This is one of those things where it's like, if you've known someone long enough, even if they are not like the most like ordinarily attractive person, if you have known him long enough to be like, I'm obsessed with his conversation, with his love of life, with his ambition, then you're gonna like, you know, I've really tried to sell it.
Yeah, I let me tell you,
I don't know
know
what
there's
more to
many
say.
people who are out here who's like the attraction came or whatever, and I really do respect that. But I personally feel like it's an injustice for me to be in a dynamic
Not
where
injustice?
it's an injustice
Oh,
for me to be in a
no.
dynamic where I'm not attracted to you. Why? You are attracted to me. You are attracted to me.
Why
You're
don't
having
you
a good
get-
time. You are
Are you-
living your life. You are living your best life. It's me who's here, closing my eyes in the dark,
Yeah.
making sure that I have blacked out curtains for you. Why? There's a lady who messaged me, and I'll never forget this. She was like, she was feeling the pressure of getting married and things like that. So she met this guy who's like rich or whatever, and I guess he was treating her nicely, and she just kind of, she overlooked the face or whatever. So she wasn't attracted to him at all. So now she's married. Great. You've celebrated. Everyone is happy that you're married. For whatever reason, other people are so happy you're married. But now it's you who's at home. You have this newborn baby. Now the dynamic is different. It's not just like, I just want someone. You're a mom, your family. You're still not attracted to this person.
Okay, you know what? I see where you're coming from. However, attraction fades.
Yeah.
So, for example, you guys, this is obviously worst case
But it
scenario.
has to start there.
Okay,
it has
starts-
to start there.
Okay, it has to start
It
at
has to
attraction.
start at
And you know,
attraction.
in reality, for all men, it starts at attraction.
Exactly.
For women, it doesn't.
It's
and that's
only
how
us who have these stupid videos.
we are sacrificing.
Yeah,
We are
it's only
sacrificing.
us.
You're right.
And I do understand there's like all of these things that you think about. Women think about the quality of their partner in a very different way. Men, attraction first, right? But us, we think about things in a way deeper way. However, attraction. Me, I'm not saying everyone has to be the most handsome person, but you have to be attracted to them. You, not me, you. And I've been attracted to somebody who was not conventionally attractive. Yeah, I have. And I was so obsessed with him.
So then that goes to show that it's not necessarily about like this particular body shape, this particular size, this particular like jawline or whatever. It's just like there just has to be an
There
attraction.
was something.
There was just
Even now,
something.
when I think about him now, it's so
But is he the kind of
fucking
person
weird.
you're willing to introduce to your friends, or you have to give a disclaimer before they meet him?
Oh no!
You have to give a disclaimer in advance. It was just like, guys, just know that I just have a lot of fun
I
with
just
him.
have
It's
so much
okay, we
fun.
get it.
It's done.
We
But
get
yeah,
it.
sexual chemistry for me is a big priority.
Okay. A fundamental of great sex for me is freedom to be super loud. When I'm having sex, and this is one of the hardest things about being married, to be honest.
Yeah.
And it's like having most of your
Because
sex
of
in the
kids.
house with kids.
Yeah.
It's like you can't be super loud. Like you can be loudish, but you can't actually be like loud.
Before Tana is just like,
Yeah.
Mommy,
Mama,
mommy."
can I come in? In fact, they don't even knock. They just enter our room and we never lock it just in case. Like, we don't know, they might need to come in or whatever. So you can't be super loud. And for me, it's just like, so that, which means that a lot of our sexual experiences, I feel like I want to scream, but like I can't scream because these beautiful Coco Felons. Like, so glad that they're there. But it's just like the best ones are like when we're like at an Airbnb or like we've traveled or something like that, and I can just scream if I want to.
Yeah. You guys should do like a monthly thing then where you get the freedom to scream.
I know.
Yeah, like a 1 month.
Baby, if you're watching this, Lydia said that we should go for a month. And she said she's going to sponsor our monthly. Oh, that's not what you meant? But you don't know who suggested it. But yeah, I like to be loud. And I like for him to be loud as well. I want to hear your grunts and your groans and your whatever. In fact, another fundamental of great sex is also just dirty talk. Yeah. I feel like that is essential. Yeah. Essential. If we are quiet, no one is having fun.
How much of his dirty talk? You need him to be dirty talking as well, right?
Okay. I mean, I need at least... Okay, I feel like mostly I'm the dirty talker.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, same.
But I need to have matched energy. The energy needs to be matched. I can't be talking to myself. This is not a monologue, please. It's not a podcast. I want us to be having a back and forth.
Yes. I know most people don't think dirty talk is important, but for me, it's also a fundamental.
It's a fundamental,
I support this. If you haven't said something that you would be ashamed of in public.
That's it.
Are you having sex?
If the word fuck has not appeared during your fuck, are you fucking?
Fuck.
That's the question. Yeah.
Gotta be.
If the word dirty whore.
Pussy, you haven't said pussy once?
No. Come on. That's actually, There's a course on There's a course on Bedjike about dirty talk.
Because first of all, I realized I had a partner who wasn't exactly that vocal as far as dirty talking. But there's a process and it comes with comfort and confidence and practice. So for me, it's like, if you're not the dirty talker, then in the beginning, it's like, I know that's something that can come because there is something which you need to be quite like free to be able to do. Yeah. So
But it's easier when you're not like looking at someone. It's just more like you're whispering. And it requires a huge amount of like reckless abandon. Do you know what I mean? It's like you're not yourself.
Much for me, for sure. Yeah.
You can literally start that talking right
now. Now. I can do it.
Yeah, but anyway, that course is really nice. At least it gives you an example. Like, this is how you start. This is what you start saying. Questions, prompts that you can actually say. So like, for example, asking, how are you feeling right now? How do I feel inside you?
Okay, know how are you feeling right now?
Yeah, okay, know how you feeling right now.
I had an argument with mom.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Being like, I'm a bit overwhelmed at work. No, I don't care.
I'm a little stressed.
I don't care.
From work, babe.
Sir.
Yeah, but how does it feel to be inside?
Exactly.
Do you
what
love
do you wish
it?
you could do to
what
me right now?
Want?
Things like that.
Yeah.
In fact, we can teach a course. I'm not trying to get ebook. Even us, we can contribute to education.
We can do it.
We can do it.
For real. Okay. The next one as well, which is something along those lines for me, is that there needs to be something nasty has happened. Whether it's you spat in my mouth, you came on me, you slapped me. If there's nothing nasty that has happened, I don't think that was great sex. It was good, Jake. It was fine, but it wasn't great.
I'm gonna see what everyone is thinking. That's your trauma. That's trauma.
Why?
It's trauma.
Don't project.
That's daddy issues.
You're projecting.
I'm sorry. Why must it be nasty?
Because I want it to be nasty.
Is it because you feel like you deserve nasty things?
No, it's because I want nasty things. Oh. Yeah. There's something, like for me, I don't know. I don't know if it's because like in life, I feel like there's kind of put togetherness that I like. It's like I want to feel like I'm put together and like, I've got my shit together. But when I'm having sex, I want to feel like completely like a different person,
Free.
That kind of nastiness is like, it makes me feel really, really good.
Yeah.
Really.
May feel like, okay, actually, may feel like the nastiness.
Trauma.
It could be trauma. It's just like, I want to be slapped and choked.
Yeah.
I want to be dying.
I want to be nasty and like as pornographic as possible.
It needs to be something which like, if the sex tape was released, there would definitely be something to talk about. Like, it would not just be vanilla sex.
It would be, you would be
shamed
like,
it. Yeah, it would be like, wow, Lydia is like that. That's the kind of reaction we would be expecting. Yes. I feel like that kind of sex for me is like, the more comfortable I am with someone, the nastier we can be.
It comes with comfort.
It definitely comes with comfort. I feel like, but even at the beginning, you can kind of be nasty, but I feel like there's a limit. Like,
and
for example,
you can see like this is a thread to pull. You can see who the thread is going to be pulled.
And currently, the best thing about sex, I don't know who I was talking about two last week about nastiness in sex or just like enjoyment in sex, and she's really young. She's like in her 20s, early 20s, and she was saying she feels like she's reached the pinnacle of what enjoyment of sex is. And I was like, no, you haven't. You probably have not even met your life partner right now. So maybe for for the extent to which you have experienced, this is the most enjoyment you have felt. But I feel like the older you grow, the more you learn, the more you see. Like, I can't believe that with my husband of 7 years, there are still times we have sex and I'm just like, it's like I've never had sex. Remarkable. Yeah. I'm like,
the experiences get better as you get better. You have to give life a chance to wow you.
Exactly.
And it wows as you go, as you grow, as you understand yourself more,
That's
you experiment.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's still one thing in my head I'm still yet to explore with someone and I can't wait.
Fisting.
No. Do you know what? There's something which I've decided. It's okay. It's not for me.
Oh, really?
And I don't want to have to try it.
But maybe it is for you.
Maybe. I don't think so.
God.
But I've decided.
God, you've decided. See, tell us.
No, I've decided. No.
Oh, that's okay. Tell us the other thing.
What?
Which you have to. Just tell us. This is TMI.
Good
Too
for
much
you.
information.
Tell us why you had an argument with your man. Oh. Moving on. What's the other one?
Therefore, we continue now onwards to the next one. So this one I feel like is debatable, but for me, time is a must-have for great sex.
Oh, okay, right. You're not rushed.
I feel like I'm not rushed, especially because I feel like when I'm masturbating, it's easy for me to orgasm really quickly. It can take like 2 minutes. You know.
I know.
You've been there.
Hi, Rosie.
Hi, Rosie,
How
baby.
you doing?
No, yes. But when I'm having like penetrative sex, I feel like it takes me a bit longer. So when I feel like we have a shorter time, I feel like I'm going to like get excited, but I'm not going to quite get there. So I need to feel like I have time. And then I keep feeling like when my time feels limited, I'm already thinking in advance, okay, so we need to kind of like, that means I need to like have come
and what the
in
10
the next
minutes,
how many,
yeah.
You see,
No,
so I like
I
to
see
be
you.
able to have time.
I respect that and I support that.
And quickies are nice, like, you know, in between kind of thing. And I've said many times, frequently on this platform that I love quickies, but I love being able to have time to do it. That's great sex for me. Quickies are good sex for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Time, great sex.
I support that. I don't
Thank
even
you.
think that's debatable, to be honest, because like when you know it's like you're going to a hotel or an Airbnb or it's like that night, like, you know, no one is
The
waking up
whole
tomorrow
night.
at 5, Sijui what,
Yeah.
you just have all night.
I love that.
I support
love that so much.
wholeheartedly.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
This is more evidence of like going to this once a month thing with your man.
Right?
Yeah.
Baby.
Supporting.
Let's go.
Another thing that it needs to be there for there to be great sex, not good, not okay, is girth. And I said girth so it doesn't become like a thing about like Sijui long, Sijui what size or whatever, but once that
Girth spelled GIRTH. If he's inserting it and you're not like,
see, that's it. In the first time, in the first when you're getting in, I need to be like,
and he's not able to like put it all in the way the first time.
Yeah. There's something because also like the friction is better. It's different. That's needed.
And here on this platform, let me just say, as we don't dick shame. We definitely don't dick shame. And I feel like I have had good sex before with people with smaller penises who lack the girth.
Yeah.
But have I had great sex with them?
Yeah.
I have not.
So also, and I realized this, but it was only like from comparison. So it's like there's this, you like girth, there's there, and long. That's like what people usually call a big dick, right? Because it's long and then it has some girth. Then I had shorter with more girth.
But not too short, baby.
Not too short.
Yeah.
But with girth. Like African King Kong girth. Listen.
Okay, but I also don't want to be feeling like I'm giving birth when we're having sex.
Can't.
It needs to be something in
but
between.
there's
it needs to be like
something about that girth.
There's something. No, I feel like there needs to be like, enough girth, enough length.
Yeah. There's something about that, the way that feels, you know. However, that's also dependent. Like maybe like when you're very, very young and you just start having sex, almost everything feels like girth.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like also it's like it's more about the partnership between your vagina and him, right?
Yeah.
Because sometimes when you watch porn, you're just like, are they feeling anything? Because it's just like going in.
But I guess because if it's like super wet or whatever.
Yeah, super wet, or maybe like just not as tight.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
right.
so there's that. It's like,
you know, as women, we never think about like how tight are you. I feel like men spend time thinking about how big are they.
And I feel like it's usually a partnership between the two. Yeah. So anyway, for me, like God just.
But
has
what
to be there.
untights your pussy then?
I don't know. And there's like it's a muscle.
Yeah.
So maybe if it's not being flexed or is it being overused? Is that a thing?
Does it though?
Does it?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like we need to have a gynecologist here to tell us
we
about.
should.
Yeah,
Because I know it's a muscle, so it goes in and out. It's like it's not like once it's like big, that's it just stays that way. And there's what's it Kegels you can do to keep yourself like more flex. So I know it's like even after giving birth, it can go back.
My dad said, I remember doing a video with my dad back when I had a YouTube
that.
channel. Yeah. And I asked him, he's like, does your vagina go back to the original size? And he's like, yeah, it does.
Yeah.
But he's like, also, obviously, if you've had 8 kids, the constant stretching and coming back
just
is
like
not going to come back
skin
exactly
or anything.
the way it was before.
So I know for sure it comes back. But anyway, girth for sure.
For sure, girth.
For sure.
Okay, fine. Another fundamental of great sex for me is at least 2 positions.
Oh, for sure. God, girl.
At least 2.
Yeah.
And for me, it's like, what do you call it? Missionary for me is like a must in any sexual experience. It's like that one has to be there at some point.
It's like how
it starts. I mean, sometimes it doesn't start. Sometimes it starts like back or whatever.
Yeah.
But I feel like it has to be present. So missionary as a base position and then another position. Like it can be up to you to choose, sir. Up to you to choose, or like up to me. But like there has to be something else. It can be doggy. It can be what are other me on top?
The names.
It can
I don't
be
know
whatever.
all the names.
Yeah.
But it's like
surfboard.
Yeah.
What are all these other ones? Like, yeah.
I don't know what they're called.
Go on the Beducated course for sex positions. And then, so that could definitely help. But for me, I feel like if we have had the same position beginning to the end of the sex, no, it's not giving. Maybe for a quickie. For a quickie, I feel like it makes sense because it's like 50 seconds and we're done.
Or sometimes like after fight sex, sometimes it just feels like you're here to love each other or like to try and mend.
And it's like, let's hurry up. We're doing it done.
Yeah. But anyway, if you go if you want more guidance on sex positions, what you learn are 19 positions to level up your penetrative sex game. 19. What are you doing with the 19, guys? Positions and adjustments for maximum comfort, pleasure expanding techniques and tricks as a giver.
At expanding.
Yeah. Pleasure expanding tricks as a giver, and how to be an active receiver and enjoy their experience. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about being a receiver in sex. Do you know I've only learned that later on? My last sexual partner is a person who I felt I most relaxed into receiving. And because I'm a giver, I really enjoy giving, but I was like, is there part of this giving that's somewhat performative? And I was able to experiment with what it's like to have a sexual experience where you can lean and relax and allow to be given.
So I agree with you. I feel like there is part of being a giver that is performative, and I know 100% that I do that. Yeah. However, I don't see it as a bad thing. Although sometimes I'm like, I can get in my head about it. For example, if I am the one who has initiated the sex, I feel more like I need to make it worth your while. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I really want you to see that this was worth it. You're happy that you responded positively to my initiation. If you initiate, I'm more relaxed, kind of like, you're the one who wanted to do this. So I'm more like, I'm going to receive it kind of thing. And I've noticed, I don't know if it's just us, but it's like, I've noticed that that's kind of like a thing that we do. It's like the person who initiates, you're the one who's working hardest in this particular. What when you wanaitishanga food kwa hii podcast mtaacha?
That's so interesting.
Yes, nimelipa. Yeah, because it's like if I initiate, I'm definitely going on top. For sure, 1,000%. That's nice. He didn't even call me. Can we have more Globos like that where people don't even call or whatever?
Okay, well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever noticed that distinction. But when I had somebody who was more of a giver, like a really like his majority of his pleasures is about pleasing you. Yeah. Then I saw, like, am I able to relax into it? Because it's like, it wasn't taking anything away from my experience, but I felt like there was a need to give as well.
But I feel like that's healthy in a relationship, but maybe not for every sexual experience. I feel like sometimes you can relax. Also when, for example, if we have sex when I'm on my period, I'm not doing anything. Do you know what I mean? It's like I'm not doing anything. Another thing I've realized actually even about sex positions is like when I'm on my period, certain positions are more comfortable for me. Like doggy feels so good when you're on your period. Like so good
I
because
think it
it's
feels
like
too much.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
fine.
it
It's a bit
feels
intense.
too
But me,
much.
it just kind of feels like a massage on the inside, you know. So that one is really nice. Or like just the laid down and he's
Yeah.
laid on top of you. That also feels really nice.
Yeah.
But it's like if I'm on my period, I'm lazy.
Yeah.
If I'm ovulating,
I
I
hear
will
you.
jump you and I will give.
Mm.
And sometimes perform.
Yeah. Okay, so what I realize is that there's a line, and I want to
There's
stay
a
at that
line.
line. I want to stay at that
Mm.
line of it gives me pleasure to give you without what I'm being in my head about it, and like learning to receive. You know, by the way, even in love, if your love does not include receiving, it's off. It always needs to be a give and take, and we women especially are always talking about like we want more, we want to be given more, all of these things, but really most of us don't know what a dynamic is like to sit and receive.
Can I tell you something?
I've tagged myself.
Yeah, wait, me,
I've tagged myself.
I'm really being tagged, yeah. But I also feel like as somebody who is like, I like situations that I can control. I feel
That's
like when
another
you're
thing.
when you're resting in the to receive, it's almost like you're giving someone else the power to determine how much you enjoy this experience. Do you know what I mean? Vis-a-vis, you are the one who's going to determine how amazing it's going to be for the both of us.
Yeah.
Which is not the
No,
ideal kind of situation.
I've
but like,
rested in that. I've rested in that because when I
Let's
did
rest.
rest and receive,
yeah,
I was like, oh my God.
yeah.
Oh my God, you just don't know what it's like. You don't know what it's like because you're always in there. I want to control this.
What
And-
if you rest and you
and
don't
this
receive
thing-
what you want?
There you go. Like then you can participate. You can also add on. It's
Oh.
not like, oh, now that he's not giving me, I've just no.
Or
it's
encourage,
like, yes,
encourage receiving.
if he's
Yeah.
like there and he's doing it right, enjoy it.
yeah.
Enjoy it. And if he wants it to be this experience, like, just lie back. I'll give you what I've got.
No, then I'll feel
feels
lazy.
so fucking
That's
weird.
the problem.
It
You
feels
see?
so weird.
No,
It
that's
feels
our
so
trauma.
weird.
Actually, no, we
That's
need to
our
relax.
trauma. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because me sometimes I can literally lie for like a minute. I'm just like, I need
Sit
to be.
back.
No.
Sit
Let me help.
back.
Let me also
I'll
do something.
undress you. I will kiss you from head to toe. I will give you head. I will fuck
Let me tell you something.
Massage you to sleep.
That is on feminine energy. There's this babe I follow
Yeah,
on
I'm
Instagram.
practicing.
Yeah, is this babe I follow on Instagram. I think her handle is Afro Feminine Muse. Anyway, she was like, she was doing this video and she was just like, one thing that helped her go from being in such an unhappy marriage where like she felt like her husband wasn't doing enough or whatever, and she was like not getting what she wanted, they weren't connecting. She's like, I stopped helping.
Yeah.
In my marriage, I just stopped helping because everything as a woman now who's like a very
Mass
masculine woman, it's
energy.
like you always want to help. It's like I'm his helper. You're really his helper. Everything is like, yeah, he's the one who's supposed to do it, but also let me help. Or he's carrying things from the car. Let me help. He's doing what, fixing what? Let me
I
help.
agree.
He said, oh, let me pay for this. Even me, I can pay 50%.
Yeah.
Or even she's like, stop helping. Who has asked you to help?
I agree.
Yeah.
So this weekend I went out. Mukami was getting home at 6:20 a.m.
I was shocked. I was like, who does this bitch think we are? How old do you think we are?
20 a.m. The
Why,
sun
baby?
was there waving at me. I went bar hopping. Anyway, so we were with this guy and we get into the whatever we've gotten there, right? And then when we're in the paying situation, right, there's some kind of like a kerfuffle. There was like, I don't know what was going on. There was like a bit of a kerfuffle, right? So right there, I could see my masculine energy being like, I want to control the situation in that I don't even want to be in this kerfuffle.
Yeah.
Like, let me just pay. Let me just pay. I'm
Yeah.
not doing this, you know?
Yeah.
And that constant, I don't want to release my experience, I don't want to release the value or the quality of my experience to other people.
That's the thing.
You're constantly trying to.
Exactly what it is.
Yes, you don't want to
the
release
quality.
that. You don't want to. It's always like, no,
I want it
want
to be in
determine
control of
my
this.
quality.
That's
No.
it.
Let me
That's
tell you.
it.
So me, I wasn't going to pay, but literally I was already like, no, it's fine. We'll pay you. It's like, I was just trying to show this guy, like, listen,
I can
we have
pay.
money,
It's not like-
right? So first of all, why are you even trying to show him that? But so as soon as I took my phone, G was like, she was
She's
like,
our friend Geraldine. Mhm.
feminine,
Yeah.
feminine. She was like, and I didn't. But I'm telling you, me, I was like 2 minutes. I would have paid. I would have been like, please, so it can be disgraced, and that is like, you don't want to be humiliated or be in an embarrassing situation, like over what? I feel like the couple was like, I don't know, like.
Okay, yeah, that's the thing. Okay, trying to control everything. Sometimes now it just requires radical acceptance of like, okay, so now we're here in this awkward situation.
Yeah, and also it's like, why is it my responsibility to create the quality of experience? And although we are saying it's like we are trying to control our quality of
We're
experience,
trying to control everyone
everyone's.
else's. You want everyone to be having a good
Everyone
time.
to have a good
you
time.
you don't want anyone to be in an awkward situation.
Yeah,
Okay, so stop
Yeah.
helping.
Stop
Sometimes
helping.
lie back
You.
and receive.
you.
So, which
Stop
means
helping.
that as you pay for Beducated, you should pay for you and your man. So that instead of you always being the one who's researching all the sex positions, so
Send
when
him
it
the
comes
link.
time for sex, it's like
I've
you
paid.
saying, babe, you put your leg here and then put your whatever here.
No.
Babe, you do this. No, let him also go and
Send
do
the
post and
link.
Also, send him the link and let
Yeah.
him also. Now
And when
go
he
and-
comes, or when you send him the link after you've paid,
yeah.
you send him the link. On Friday night, he comes, okay, show me what you got. Yeah,
Thank
let
you.
there be
That's it.
pressure.
Yeah.
Let there be pressure.
Be sure to tell him to use code TMI podcast for 60% off. Thank
Ding.
you. Yeah. Was that yours or mine? That was mine.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah, that was yours.
Yeah.
Okay, no. Mine was
Positions.
oh, it was positions.
Yeah.
Okay, this one I feel like is somewhat universal. For sex to be great, there needs to be foreplay. And foreplay is defined differently to everyone. For me, foreplay could be like we went on a date and it was like intimate and beautiful, or it could be like just how you were touching me from like the beginning of the experience. But there needs to be something that is like, it's like luring me
Yeah.
into the sexual experience for sure.
Yeah.
People always say like sex is head is foreplay. I don't know if head is foreplay.
Head is sex.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like head is foreplay. You can't just like, oh, hi. No, yeah, you can.
You can actually. You
Look at
actually
me. Why am
absolutely
I
can.
lying?
But
Yes,
also,
you
you see,
can.
it depends on what. For me, it's like talking. For me, that's the foreplay that I
It's also
enjoy. Yeah.
foreplay.
The talking of just like, even like in the morning, you've already said, hey, see, later on, we
Yeah.
nini, kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's already. And then throughout the day, you send a picture or something like that.
Yeah.
And someone says something. For me, I feel like that's the foreplayest foreplay that could ever
best.
foreplay. That's
Yeah.
the thing. Yeah.
You have to suck on my nipples. Actually, for me, it's just like, what do you think they're here for? You think they're stood here like Mount Kenya for vibes? For vibes.
Just looking at
For
you,
vibes
just
to-
please.
must.
Not just fingers.
Hmm?
It has to be sucking.
It has to be sucking.
But in every section, every great. Okay, fine. For it to be great, it has to be,
For it to be great, it
Yeah.
has to be.
finger action.
I'm neither here nor there with that,
Yeah.
Jake.
I'm really into fingering.
I'm neither
really
here
into
nor
it,
there.
yeah.
It's not a
Really?
must.
I
Yeah.
feel like that just sets the foundation. It's just like it sets a good foundation.
I feel
for
like head.
success.
That's what head does.
Yeah, but head, if you have said, is sex. So what's
Oh,
setting the
so-
foundation for the sex?
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think so. Me, if you suck my nipples, then we get on with the head.
I feel like
You're good, Jake.
most men don't know how to do the fingering like properly. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? I feel like it's an art, and not many people just like stumble through it. But I
Yeah.
feel like it's an art, and people need to actually like
Yeah.
focus on it.
If
That's what I
a
think.
guy is big, now like one of his fingers is two, you're having a good time, baby.
Ooh.
Ooh!
You see, and that's before the actual sex.
Yeah.
Come on. Actually, if a man doesn't have a sizable penis or sizable girth, he could actually get you there with just his
100%.
fingers.
100%,
If
by the way.
finger game is good, you won't even. It's just like, okay, fine. So what? You don't have the girth.
Yeah.
That in itself
The
could be
finger
good
game
enough.
can do
Yeah.
it. 100%.
There's a course
You
on
said no.
Beducated about fingering.
I also
You
wanted
should
to give you
definitely do
guys
that.
an update,
Mm.
right?
Mhm.
Relax.
Oh, not that exciting.
No,
Okay,
it's not
fine.
that exciting.
Okay.
I am not masturbating.
Oh yeah, you said.
I'm not masturbating, guys. So this is what I've discovered. And this is something my friend said. And I was just like, oh, shut up. You don't know anything. So he was like, your thirst sometimes for men is something that's kind of tied to you physically, like to that sexual want of guys. Let me tell you, once Rosie PTS with me,
Why
you think
do
I'm
need
replying
men?
to your stupid message? I don't need to talk to you. I don't need to see you. I need to rest. I'll take that nap on Friday. And I've realized that because of that, and especially because I'm single, it's like my excitement, even when I'm talking to people now, is very different.
But when you say you've stopped Kabisa,
Nothing.
have you thrown her out the window?
No. So
just
by
there,
the
but
time
you're
you
not
guys are
using her.
watching this, when is this episode coming out? The 8th.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Next Wednesday.
By the time this episode is coming out, it will be a month.
Anyway, actually what she's saying is completely true.
It
Sometimes
is.
when me and my man fight, I'm like, oh, maybe I should go and apologize. Then I masturbate once.
Fuck off.
I don't even need this guy.
I don't need you in my life.
Okay, me, I'm fine.
don't.
I'm okay.
Yeah,
That's
and
actually,
my
you're right.
my
You're
friend
right.
told me, it was just like, it's like when I was just like, I can't be bothered, or he was telling me, oh, are you going to talk to this guy? I was just like, right?
Whatever.
He was just like, "Is those toys?"
It's not
right?
toys.
I was like, "No, it's not."
No, actually,
But let
no.
me tell you, now that I feel like my pleasure, I'm tying my pleasure to an experience with a guy. I'm responding, guys. I swear.
Guys, maybe we should become stockists of sex toys, Lydia, because
I
how
think
often we
we
talk
should.
about these roles, we should definitely
No,
do it.
done.
That's it.
A
We're
business
about to
has
start a
been born.
business. Yeah, TMI toys.
Huh?
Toys am I? No.
We'll figure it
sorry,
out.
we'll
We'll
figure
figure
it
it
out.
out.
TMI
It's a
toys.
journey. It's a journey.
But I feel like, yeah.
I think we could.
Yeah.
Because we know
absolutely
we are
could.
users of them.
Fuck
we know
tote
what
bags
to,
and
yeah?
t-shirts.
Yeah.
Sex toys is where it's at.
I think
You see? Yeah. Wait.
done.
2 weeks
There
from
you
now,
go.
introducing our new business
Or
idea.
2 years.
Exactly.
Remember, guys? Remember that?
Remember that episode? When
Yeah,
we were still...
but no, this one is so in line because we're always talking about that.
Oh,
But yeah,
yeah.
for me now, guys, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it for. I'm telling myself no more for this year.
As someone who literally did it last night,
Mm?
I can tell you it's still great.
I
and
know it is. I know
you're
it is.
missing out.
Yeah, I've just like the other day I was in my drawer and I just saw Rosie. I was like,
Oh my God. The best 2 minutes that you'll ever experience.
Yeah.
It's just like,
but I think it's actually giving me something which is just like it's more important. I'm telling you, I'm responding.
maybe I should try that.
Yeah.
Because I feel like maybe I would definitely have more
better
sex.
wife.
I'd be a better wife, I think, if I did it. Because now
Yeah.
I'm just like,
Or
sometimes
let's limit it because you're definitely on the
Yeah.
other side of extreme, baby.
I think I am. But I feel like
Once
yeah,
a week?
you're right. So you want me to
So
die?
you need to die.
So you
hate
don't
me.
care. At once a week. Is she kidding me?
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, definitely I would have more sex because right now I'm just like, sometimes you see like, let's say when we have a shoot, for example, if I get home and I'm ovulating and I'm horny, I'm just like, now, do I want to go through the whole nini of
But
sex?
that's-
Sex
but
is
that's
like
the
minimum
thing.
1 hour, but this one is 2 minutes and I'm done.
That is the thing with masturbating.
Yeah.
It's like, first of all, like sometimes the impact of sex, something we don't talk about. When somebody is inside you, they're banging at you.
Yeah.
That is a lot. That's a lot happening to you. Versus
It's actually traumatic
It
in some
is.
ways.
It
Yeah.
is. So just
Somebody's bugging it
just
to you.
place this card. Cha, 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 cha. 2 minutes and you're good.
Not even, sometimes even a
two-
minute and a half. Like,
minute
let's
is
be
that.
serious. Yeah. It's just like,
and
there
you just
are,
weigh.
shaking,
And you just weigh the
warm,
options.
done. Yeah.
I'm telling you, you probably would have more sex for sure.
I feel like we've always been saying we're going to do an episode on masturbation and we haven't. I
Yeah,
feel like we need to.
should.
Because sometimes I feel like there's definitely that limit between like, this is a healthy part of like your sex life as an adult.
And this
versus
is taking
it's
over
too
your
much.
life.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
think, is it taking over your life?
No.
Almost. Almost.
Is it?
Almost.
I mean,
For sure. But yeah, anyway, guys,
maybe I need
I
to
am
tell
off.
myself, if Zach and I are fighting, I don't masturbate because if I stop,
You don't
then I
apologize.
will just I'll
But
just
you
be
need
like,
you need to have that infrastructure of stopping anyway, because it's a lie to now when you're already emotionally upset. That is actually when you're weakest. You're definitely going to do it. So you need to just know.
All right.
You need to say
That's when you're weakest.
Friday night or Monday night is the only time I can do it.
Okay, twice. Let me start with 4 times a week. Okay, let me start with thrice a week. Let's reduce to thrice.
Monday, Wednesday, Friday. That's it.
Done.
Yeah? Okay, let's see. I have no faith in her, but
Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So today's Monday. Yeah. Because sour. We're okay.
Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Okay.
Another fundamental of great sex for me is a sexy soundtrack.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I feel like sex, I don't know, it just elevates the sexual experience somehow. Obviously, if you're having sex like in the middle of the night, there's no music or whatever. But I feel like when there's something in the background, which is like, it could even be a series or something, or it could be like nice music. But when there's like something noisy-ish kind of in the background or whatever, I just feel like, I don't know, it just kind of feels more like a fuller sexual experience.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think music has ever been a part of it. Like, it's like there's sometimes, yeah.
Yeah.
But and also, let me plug you. You continue saying,
I-
let me plug
okay,
you guys
fine.
on this playlist that I'm telling you just made.
Post it for us on
Yeah.
Nini, please. Yeah,
Yeah.
Send me directly. Okay.
There's something about it.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Oof. Okay.
Yeah, sometimes actually, because sex is about like, it's an experience that is like all your senses should be tingling. All your senses are tingling as you're having the sexual experience. So there's the physical of like, you're touching me, we are touching each other.
Yeah, I
There's
found
what
it.
you're- oh,
I'm
good.
going to put it over here. Please
a
remind
YouTube
me.
one.
It's a YouTube one.
Here.
Yeah.
We are now putting it here. We can
Yeah,
link it
we'll
also in
link
the
it as
description.
well.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I feel like physically you're feeling the experience. What you're hearing, I feel like should also be something. Even the smells are part of the experience. Everything, all your senses should be like, it's like heightened everything. You know how when you orgasm, everything is like kind of like
Yeah.
that moment. Think of that. Look at you smiling. You miss it, baby. You miss it.
Yeah. I'm listening. I'm just visualizing.
See,
She's
donate-
taking us on a journey.
Donate your rose then. Donate
She's
your
saying-
rose to someone so that since you don't want to.
No way. But then now to know I can't have her.
Yeah.
It's like I'm choosing to not have her.
But
I
you
don't
can't
have
Oh
her.
yeah, that's different. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right.
But yeah.
Anyway, all senses for me, I feel like the more
That
all your
makes sense
senses
to
are
me.
heightened,
Mm.
the more it's just like such a full and well-rounded experience. I
Yeah.
feel.
I'm with you there. I've never
Yeah.
really thought about it.
Mm.
I feel like I don't care.
Or even with the TV on,
It doesn't matter to
flashing
me.
in the background.
Nothing. All of that I'm not hearing.
You're
I'm
not-
hearing
you're
myself.
nowhere.
I'm hearing you. I'm hearing the way our fucking sounds like. That's it. Yeah. That's it. That's all
what
I
you're
need.
hearing.
That's the only sound that I need.
Sex is so great.
So this
Wow.
one is controversial for Murugi. But sex has to include eye contact. For her, it's not a must. But for me, it has to include eye contact and kissing. Definitely.
We are not going to have this
We're
conversation.
not going to have again.
We are not
It's
going to have
okay.
this conversation.
I live here, and that's okay that you live there.
No, but I think actually I agree with the kissing part.
So
I
how
feel
is
like
like kissing you without eye contact?
your eyes are closed. Why aren't your eyes closed?
Wait, so the
We are
whole
having
time
sex?
this man has not looked into your eyes at all.
At which
what's
point?
happening?
No, okay.
Zach?
No,
Zacchaeus?
so this is the first of all, a lot of times when we have sex is like middle of the night. It's like 2 a.m. Okay.
Okay.
So it's like it's dark. No one is looking into anyone's eyes. Once in a while, when it's like the afternoon sex, it's like okay, fine. I really love afternoon sex. By the way, I feel like
Me, I
that's
like-
really where it's at.
Let's see everything.
Yeah,
I don't like
really
sex
love
in the
that.
dark. I
Oh
wanna
no,
see
I want to,
everything.
and I want you to see everything about it because I'm
Yeah.
a fucking goddess.
Yeah.
I'm such a goddess. I need you to be
Yeah.
looking at everything.
Mm.
So in those moments, then yeah, I guess it is. Yeah, maybe I just don't actively think about it. It's not like I actively think about
It's
it.
like
are we
music
looking
right
at
now,
each
what
other?
you just said.
Yeah.
It's like, actually, if I think about
When I
it,
think about it, I'm like, that's
yeah,
nice.
that's
yes.
nice. Yeah.
but I just don't actively think about
I
it.
think
yeah,
I get it. So yeah,
Mm.
eye contact and kissing is a must
yeah.
for sure.
It's just yeah. And guys, the more that we mention this, the more I realize that if you're sitting there and you're thinking, "Oh my God, have I maybe never had great sex because I haven't had
no.
this?"
These are personal,
Very personal,
very very personal.
Definitely not. And that's one of the things I think I like most about Beducated is realizing how many different ways of having sex there are.
Mm.
Like the number of courses, like things which you yourself have never thought about, like, oh, I want to do this. But someone else, for them, they're like, I can't be having great sex if I haven't done role play.
Oh,
You see,
that's
someone
true.
else is like, I can't be having sex if there's no pain involved. It can't be great sex if there's
That's
no pain
so
involved. You see,
true.
and it's like everyone has their own thing. These are just ours. But like you could definitely have yours. And please share with us in the comments because me, I definitely want to
Yeah, I know
want
you're going to
experience.
say this is trauma,
trauma.
but
babe.
for but for sure,
Mhm.
I need something to be slapped.
Oh yeah, def.
My ass,
yeah.
my pussy.
You gotta hurt me somehow.
There's gotta be some
Yeah. Me, I need to feel like, is my nipple about to fall off? Or
like a bite, like
a
you know,
bite, like, yeah. But like a controlled bite. You know what I mean? It's
we've
not like,
already said.
it's not a nyama bite. Please.
It's not.
It's just, it's
But
like,
yeah, there
yeah.
needs to be, and that little
Yeah.
dance with you know that,
Yeah.
you know that.
Yeah, exactly. You know exactly what it is we are referring to. That one. There has
That
to
one.
Be, there has to be something
that.
there.
Mhm.
Do you feel like sex is better on fresh sheets? Because I kind of do.
No, because that's when you have to be in bed. Actually, I like sex that's not really in bed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I
In a
like
chair.
sex. Yeah, actually, I've had a lot of sex in a living room more than a bedroom.
First of all, I feel like your living room is so prime for having sex because of the way your couch is. It's just like the flat
Ooh,
L shaped. I feel like that's
The
fantastic.
view.
Two. Oh
Maybe
my
people
God,
are
the view.
singers. Maybe people are singers.
Lastly, there are no children to walk into the living room.
Yeah, it's true.
Man, I miss that. Actually, I miss, like when I remember when Zach and I were dating, we'd have sex all the time in his living room, just like there.
Yeah. No, it's a thing.
Guys, you really sacrifice a lot, by the way, when you have kids. Not in a bad way, but also like kind of like in a bad way.
It's just a small sacrifice for that 1 hour. Then the little cutie Tana comes in. You're like, oh, it's all right.
And she's crying because she wants juice. She wants
Oh
you to
dear,
get her
I'm
juice. You haven't
sorry.
even had time to go susu. You haven't even had time to go do
Haven't
your
cleaned
post
yourself.
fuck susu. And now you're already having to go put juice for a kid, man. Like, oh, you know. But anyway, soon we're gonna go on a staycation soon.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Even that 1 month here and there, just a pop, like, let's do this.
Let's just go.
Yeah.
And spend it, exactly.
Yeah, so you can just have like free night and not traumatize your kids.
Yeah. Okay, give us another one.
I think that's it for me. Those are mine.
Okay, do I have another
And
one?
obviously, orgasms. Why we forget
Oh yeah. If I written here, 2 orgasms at least.
Ooh.
One by you, one by me.
Oh, I thought you meant 2 for me.
Oh. No, come on. Let's not set the bar too high.
But
Me,
yeah,
as long as there's
orgasm,
one
for
is
sure.
present, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
As long as one is present.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Those
he's
ones.
obviously, right?
Huh?
He's obviously.
Yeah. No, I'm joking. Yes, his too. I
His
like
as well.
both. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Those ones. For him, if it's two, it's bonus.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I gave you head, you came, then yeah, that's good.
Yeah, for me, I feel like this. I don't know. I feel like when I was younger, I used to like the baseline used to be at least 2 rounds of sex.
Yeah.
But now I feel like 1, and I'm just like, great, we're done, we can sleep or whatever.
Yeah, not so much. Actually, I've not really been invested in like
The
having
number-
more than
yeah.
one. To be honest, it's like if the one was fantastic,
Yeah.
it's all good.
Yeah.
If we want more, then we can have more. I've never really been invested in like the rounds thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. I think you and me too.
I'm not invested. It's just like if I want it, we're going to keep having it.
Yeah.
But it's not something I'm thinking like, oh, that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's neither here nor there.
I also feel like my parting shot would be a very basic fun or must have for great sex for me is like what do you call it, a safe space, so to speak. It's like the space feels like I can say, babe, do you want to try this? Or babe, let's try
with
this.
him,
And
like
with
the
him,
energetic
exactly, the
space,
energetic
you mean.
space. And it's like I feel like it can be met with like love, and he can say no if he wants, but he can also say yes, or like, you know, we're
Yeah,
just
that
like we're
sense
in
of
the
freedom.
same energy, we're in the same wavelength, like
Yeah.
tunaskizana to kind
Yeah.
of thing. I
Yeah.
feel like that's essential for me.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. Actually, guys, we want that as much as we're talking about great sex and all of that, like the physical act, we also would love or for you to take the invitation to also level up the quality of people you're having sex with.
Oh, yeah.
As far as, does this person respect you? Does this person like you? Does this person treat you well? Because that is going to change the way you view sex. It's going to change the way you experience sex in a way that you can't even imagine. You have no idea how somebody treats you outside that bedroom affects how the sex is.
Yeah, you're right. And like
would love
Lydia,
that.
Lydia has said this many times in the past. Is like people will say that they're having great sex with somebody who treats them badly, disrespects them, cheats on them, whatever. And the only reason you like it is because when you're having sex is the only time that you feel intimate with this person. Is the only time that he treats you like he actually likes you. But how about
So
if you are
you
having
get eye contact,
You don't
maybe. Or physical touch. It's the
not
only time
eye
he's touching
contact.
you.
Yeah.
It's the only time he's touching you. It's the only time he's talking
calling
to you.
you
It's the only time you
baby.
have his attention.
That is the only time
That's
that-
why you're loving that sex.
Oh my
Because if he
God.
gave you attention everywhere else, you'd see the bar
Yeah.
for his sex. It's probably not even anything.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. So yeah, I think we need to check that. Let's all be in therapy, please, so we can assess. Because ideally, I feel like being intimate with my man physically is tied also to emotional
other things.
intimacy,
How he spoke to you
mental
yesterday.
intimacy, so many different things. There's a course
Yeah.
on Beducated also about roadmap to intimacy and all the different things that are part of the equation
Of intimacy.
because it's not just about the sex on that day. It's
Yeah.
also how are you disrespectful to me in our day-to-day lives?
Yeah.
Are you how do you speak to me in front of our friends? Basic things,
Yeah.
you know.
Are you
which
consistent
are
with communication? That thing
Yeah.
that you never speak to me only when you speak. You only speak to me when you want to
Want
have. If
something.
that's how you want the arrangement, that's
Yeah.
fine. But be honest with yourself if that's what you actually want.
Exactly.
Because me, whether it's like a situationship, whether it's a what, it's gotta.
There's a basic. Guys,
Yeah.
please share with us either on Instagram, on our Instagram pages, TMI Podcast KE, Murugi Muni, or Lydia KM. What are your must-haves for great sex? And you can also tell us down below in the comments. If you're listening on a podcast platform, DM us on Instagram and follow us on Instagram because we would love to hear from you as well.
Yeah.
Thank you so much to our sponsors and our partners, Beducated, for consistently working with us. We absolutely love
We love
the
it
work
so
that they
much.
do. We love working with them because truly, Beducated has changed our sex lives.
It has.
And it would be a disservice for us to not tell you about it because
Yeah.
honestly, yeah, you just deserve good sex. You deserve
do.
good sex,
You
guys.
do.
So click the link in the description box. Use our code TMI Podcast to get 60% off your annual subscription to Beducated for life.
For
life. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much, guys, for being here. Thank you for interacting with us. Thank you for always pushing us. There's a babe who said I should shout her out. Stacy. We met at Cavalli. She said I should shout her out. And then I met another TMI.
What is Cavalli? A club?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And then there's a babe who I met, a TMI fan, in Milan. You can see we're bar hopping. And she went crazy.
Oh, wow.
She's a massive fan.
How many
Girl.
clubs did you go to, baby?
3.
Oh, my.
But yeah, anyway, shout out to all the people who
Love
we meet,
you
all the
guys.
queen between us, king between us. When we see you guys and you're so, like, you go so hard for us, you appreciate us when you see us. We love you and we will see you on the next episode. Bye.